Hello everybody and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Transformers Kingdom Shadow Panther, aka Cheetor. See, this is the Cheetor mold, but I, for some reason, never ended up with the Cheetor mold, but I ended up with this guy, and it's exactly the same, minus the head and the coloring. So I figured I'd just review this, and, well, shout out to, Truster Tube 2008 for suggesting this. Now, so this figure is all right. It's not perfect, but it's still really fun. Probably my biggest complaint, honestly, is the weapon, which is it's supposed to be an axe, but it doesn't work really well. Like, if you can kind of angle it like this to like be like a flail, so it's like he's swinging it around, so that works for poses. But when it's supposed to be like an axe or something, and this part is like so much farther forward than this, like, I mean, again, you could flip it around, but then that makes no sense. And this is what all the pictures show, so I don't know. But I wish that like this had like a rotating hinge or something like that, because then it would work fine as a weapon. But it's just, oh well. And so yeah, this figure is basically like a previous review that I did of Tigatron, except a bit less complicated. Now, it's not the exact same. I mean, biggest example is the base model turns into a cheetah. This one turns into a Black Panther. And the other turns into a tiger. And so it's just like, this feels like a more simplified version of that. And, yeah. So, size comparisons. Let's do that before I forget. We got Double Punch, my previous review. And Batman, who, per usual, is surprisingly taller than a lot of these guys. You know, when I picked, I just grabbed a random figure to start using for size comparisons, and I was not expecting Batman to be taller than like 90% of the figures I've reviewed. Anyway, articulation is pretty good. Oh, one thing that's kind of fun about this figure. So, I know this is true for the original mold of Tigatron, but I'm not sure if this is true for Cheetor as well. But see, for Tigatron and Cheetor, this part is for both of them. They all the Beast Wars figures had two heads. They had a mutant head and like normal-ish head. And so this is designed after the mutant head, whereas Cheetor's head was the normal head. And that's the same thing with Tigatron. And originally, Tigatron was going to be a regular orange tiger. And, they eventually decided to change that and switch it to be, I'm blanking on the name of the tiger. Is it a Siberian tiger? No, I'm thinking of... But the white and black striped tiger instead of the orange. And then, in Kingdom, they released the orange tiger with the mutant head, and they did the same with Cheetor. And so I don't know if the Black Panther mold was designed to be the same thing, but it ended up in a similar way. So yeah. And yeah, this figure is good. Has a couple of problems, mainly this weapon. But, yeah. So articulation is pretty good. So you got a ball joint at the head. We got plenty of up and down. Not very much side to side, but you can still turn his head. Just, you can't really cock it to the side. It has the potential for a full 360, but the backpack kind of gets in the way. And then out that far, swivel, bend, pretty good bend, not, get out of here, just, and then rotation at the wrist, Waist swivel. You can flip up this skirt piece, which is why I did that on Tigatron, because I was thinking of this guy. Don't do that on Tigatron. I hope I didn't permanently break it. I don't think I did, but it made a very unpleasant noise and plastic separated weird, so don't do that on Tigatron. But you can do that all you want on him. Now, back, it doesn't go back. That's another one of the problems. Like, forward, it's fine, kinda. And out, it's fine. But due to transformation, it doesn't go back. And that's kind of a problem, because that's a pretty normal piece of articulation. Then, bend is slightly under 90 degrees. And then there's a thigh swivel and ankle pivot. So yeah, articulation and his weapon are this guy's two main big flaws. And that's the same for the Cheetor mold. But other than that, like, I feel like if they just like gave him us like his gut cannon that he has, which, if you don't know why I call it that, Cheetor's original gun that he had, like, the back end was molded to look like intestines for some reason, and that kind of became iconic. So yeah, now transformation is pretty fun. So first, remove the tail. Weapon thing, it's the tail, but rotate the head and then bring that in. Then just move all this out. Take these bits, bring them out. Excuse me. Then take all this and bring it up and over. And I like this because the head, you open up the mouth and then that slots in, going back in. So you open it up and then close the mouth. I like that part. That part's pretty cool. Then you line this up, and unfortunately on this side, the tab right there snapped off on mine. So it doesn't affect the transformation just at all. It still lines up just fine. But it's just a little bit harder to get lined up on that side now, because there's no actual locking point. Then you rotate the wrist like that. Same thing on this side. Then close all this up. And then once I get this lined up, there we go. Now all that holds in, so the break there doesn't do anything. Then you bring down the arms. Take the legs, flip them down and around. Hey, why aren't you going in? Oh, I guess I had it slightly off kilter. So, yeah, flip that around, then bring down the legs, and plug the tail in. And for the problems in in robot mode, the Cheetah / Black Panther looks really good. Like, this mode, like, almost makes up for the shortcomings of it, because this looks really good, just in general. But as far as articulation goes, it looks like there should be something at the head. Like, there's a crease for it, but I don't see any movement there. So either mine's super tight, or there's just not any movement there. Open and close at the mouth. Full 360. Out that far. Bend. And a ball joint here, so as much movement as you could possibly need. As far as the leg, back that far, forward that far, and you can kind of move this out to get it into some different positions if you need. And then forward as far as you need, and back that far, and a ball joint there. And nothing at the tail. So, overall, a bit of a mixed bag of a figure. And should you get it? Yeah, it's still good. It's just, I don't know, it's not as perfect as some of those other new figures are, which is a little disappointing. But yeah, so this has been Bathmat Reviews. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what figures I should review next. And yeah, follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Bye.